let me also bring you some findings of a local circle survey that is pertinent to the subject that we are discussing. Starting with the question, should banks, telecom operators and other organizations face a financial penalty in case of a data breach? 94% of the respondents to that local circle survey said yes. The survey goes on to show that over 50% of the respondents don't want the government or private organizations to get access to their bank transactions and telephone call details without written approval. Around half of the respondents also said that they supported mandatory linkage of Aadhaar with bank accounts and mobile numbers, but only with an assurance of data security. 95% of the respondents wanted a one-time password or SMS-based approval system to be put in place that would alert and ask for permission every time Aadhaar or PAN card details were used. 86% were also of the view that India should have a privacy law that prevents accessing and sharing of personal data without written consent. And I think these are practical solutions. These are reasonable rights that consumers are asking of its government, Amit Malviya.
First of all, Shireen, if you link your Aadhaar card to your mobile or to your bank account, the UAIDI or the government does not get details of your phone calls or your banking transaction. That's a myth. And we must educate people who are being taken in by this kind of propaganda. Point number two is that Aadhaar is simply an identity verification instrument, which means that if I go to a mobile store to get myself a new SIM, instead of giving 5 documents, I just verify my identity, which is stored in Aadhaar, and that's about it. Now, if the particular agency is callous with the data that it collects, or there is an unauthorized or an illegal sale of that data, that agency and that organization must be as responsible for it, whether it got it through paper documents or whether it got it through the UIDI system. Now, that should not be the differentiating factor. As far as this Tribune case is concerned, let me again say, it is not a breach in the UIDI system. It is a case of an unauthorized access to the database which was given to the organization.
Which is
for
a breach, sir.
program.
Amit Malviya, unauthorized access. Unauthorized. Come on, one second.
I'd like to know how is that the BJP spokesperson? No, I'd like to know this. Amit ji does not represent Uday. How does a BJP spokesperson act, speaking on behalf of the Uday? I'd prefer that an Uday person comes and says what it is. And let's not get distracted from, we can go into the merits and demerits of Aadhaar. That's a different issue completely. And certainly security is a very, very big issue. We are talking currently about a particular situation where a journalist, an FIR has been filed, whether the denial is there or not. And that, we have said, is unacceptable. It's absurd, unjustified, and has to be removed. And I'm glad the minister has come out with a statement. We'd like to see better action on this front, whether the journalist would be apprehended or there would be actually an intent, an investigation announced to go into the entire breach and put it on public domain. I think that's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
One tiny point. Amit is actually wrong about the fact that government will not get real-time access to data, because in December 2018, the government is rolling out NatGrid, which has 21 databases for which they will get real-time information. One of those databases is your mobile usage. So they will get access. They may not have it now, but they'll have it in the future.
All right, gentlemen, we're unfortunately out of time on this one.
Come on. I mean, that's such a sweeping statement for a system which is not even coming in place. That's a real problem with these activists.
It's a part of your roadmap. I'm sorry, but that's a part of your roadmap.
They just want to
that information is available in Parliament. It's been available using RTI.
Really the problem.
Mr. Malviya, you're just lying now.
This kind of propaganda is not going to really help people who are opposed to the Aadhaar system and what it is really doing for our country in terms of fighting corruption. I'm afraid these kind of activists do more harm to the process than add any value to it.
I think the harm is being done by you, Mr. Malviya, and your government in the way it's rolling things out.
I think the need of the hour is an honest conversation, is an honest dialogue, is a transparent dialogue. That is the need of the hour. I would imagine everybody on this panel has the best interests of the nation at heart. Everyone is well-intentioned. The question now is of being able to plug the gaps, plug the leaks, and have an honest and constructive, meaningful dialogue on the matter. Amit Malviya, Nikhil Pawar, Raj Chengappa, Rohan Gupta, appreciate you joining us here on CNBC TV18. Thanks very much for your time. With that, it's time for us to wrap up this special from all of us here. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.